Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. I'm not gay. So Deuteronomy 13 is one of the most important chapters in the Bible, and it's very short. It's basically saying that you must purge anyone who's worshiping other gods out of your life. Okay, at that time, they were to literally kill anybody who worshiped other gods, to purge them. A key principle in the Bible is purity. So there's a lot of people in churches, mosques, and synagogues who pretend to be right. They persecute people, they soft kill them. Some places, somewhere, somehow, they still stone people to death. They kill them in very brutal ways. They're all wrong because they're not in the divine order. You see why the divine order is so important? It's the difference between being able to execute someone because God wants you to and it's fair and square, or being a false order, a Luciferian order that pretends to be the Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order. And how do you know it's a Royal African Falcon Martial Art Order? Because these other people have no counter-argument. God gives you a spirit of sound judgment, of discipline, right? With sabotage considered. So you see all these rich whites and Jews and LGBT and Arabs and whoever else, Chinese, whoever else. And they claim they have some kind of spiritual order. No one's sabotaging. They're very rich people. They have money and power. I live with my parents. I have 23 witnesses. I'm being sabotaged. But they have no counter-argument for what the divine order is, because I'm right and they're wrong. Why don't they have the intelligence, the wisdom to debate me and win? Because I'm right and God is with me and they're wrong. That's simple. So it goes on to say that even if it's your wife or your husband or your child, not just a prophet who's enticed you to test you. So you see all these people following the churches, they were tested, they failed. Why are you going to church? They worship the devil. Why are you going to a synagogue? They worship the devil. Why are you going to a mosque or some kind of Buddhist temple, Hindu, John? They all worship the devil. Okay, that's there because God's seeing if you love the essence of universal pinpoint and moral precision, or you're just another groupie, another flesh-based fool. And I'm not trying to insult people here. I'm trying to clarify this. This is extremely important. And this is absolutely fair for me to say. Even if you look at it in terms of the mere law of the land, it's freedom of speech. Part of being someone who serves God is looking at other religions and explaining to other people why they're wrong. And if they're really, really wrong, you're supposed to explain that they're really, really wrong. All you people are cheating me out of my right to lead. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. You are thieves. Your temples, your churches, your mosques, your synagogues, they're dens of robbers. They're dens of robbers. They're the dwelling place of mere demonic thieves. I'm not telling people to go shoot them up or something. I believe at this time the master angle is for people to rally to me and to debate with these other people. If they bend over backwards and gaslight and fume us and poison us and start killing us, they cross certain lines in terms of causing physical harm to us. And keep in mind, the line legally is if they start to cause physical harm, if they're a police officer. Okay, if they start fuming, they fume me the first time, I'm within my legal rights to go and shoot them for it. You see what I'm saying? But I've been very tolerant instead. I draw the line in a way that is further back than the legal line actually is. And I have 23 witnesses on record, which overkills that it's not just in my head. That's open and shut. That is open and shut. Period. The hell can they say? So when you look at it, it says you must purge these people. Like it says in Isaiah, purging the dross. You must get these wicked people out. Well, in Isaiah 57, it says the righteous are taken away to be spared from evil. Therefore, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, in their true form, are martyr religions. People should be ready to die for God in the drop of a hat. Thus you have in Revelation with the mark of the beast, right, where it says don't accept the mark of the beast, the forehead, the hands, which goes back to obeying the commands of God, which includes the 10 commandments, thou shalt not steal. Now, what is the essence of the law? What is the fulfillment of the law? It is the greatest commandment in the golden rule, which include not cheating me out of my right to lead. If you were the top martial arts ever possible and people must obey God through you to go to heaven, would you want people to cheat you out of your right to lead? Well, there you go. Is loving God with all his heart, not honoring the Son? John 5, the one who honors the Son honors the Father. Okay, when you do not honor God by cheating me out of my right to lead, instead of giving me my right to lead, okay, you have broken the greatest commandment. When you said that you're not allowed to, you've accepted the mark of the beast. Now, who are the beasts? The heads of the beast stands for kings. The beast itself is a king. The prostitute riding the beast is said to be that great city that rules over the worldly dogs, aka the worldly kings of this world. And the dragon has a bunch of heads who has to do with the deities that the kings worship. These, it goes back to the quote unquote genius in Greco-Roman mythology, which is the kind of essence of the governing class, the things that rule over the governing class families and their most significant people, their high priests perhaps, their most influential members in their councils and committees and organizations. And there's hints to who they are in their various publications and periodicals and journals and magazines and books and, the social media accounts and so on and so forth. Okay, so it ends by saying that you have to kind of destroy everything that you might consider plunder. So if somebody has made an idol out of a certain material, maybe it's precious, that you should destroy it. But say, for example, they have an idol out of gold. You can melt the gold and still use the gold. What it's getting at is you have to destroy the essence of where things spiritually contaminate an area. Okay? But there's a bunch of gold, obviously. You don't just destroy it. I mean, it's pretty hard to destroy gold, right? So you melt it down, you sell it, you get rid of it.